Ashley and I want to chat with you guys today about fasting. That's kind of our topic this month as we're gearing up to our 100-Year Heart Challenge that starts May 2nd. So, people have lots of questions about fasting and who's right to do fasting, who should do it, who shouldn't do it. So, today we're going to talk about fasting if you have low blood sugar, which I think a lot of people think that excludes you from doing longer fasts. But we're going to talk a little bit further about that. And for those of you who might not know if you do, in fact, have low blood sugar, maybe you're like, well, I've never checked it. I'm not really sure. There's some common symptoms that you might be experiencing if you have low blood sugar frequently. So those things might be shakiness, dizziness, sweating, irritability, feeling some anxiety, and even headaches. So a lot of people ask this question though, like I said, can I fast if I have low blood sugar? So, Ashley and I want to share with you guys today the answer is absolutely yes. And this is such a great topic, but also a really great example of why you're engaging in especially prolonged fasting of any kind, like we're going to be doing in this program. You should absolutely recruit the help of an experienced health coach or doctor because there are some things you're going to want to look out for in that circumstance, but it does not exclude you from doing longer fasts. And if you're someone who suffers from low blood sugar, the real problem is that your blood sugar is on a bit of a roller coaster ride. So there are higher highs, lower lows happening. It's essentially the body in an overstressed state, and dysregulation of systems is what's resulting there. And this causes a loss of blood sugar regulation, which in turn can cause you to experience more dramatic blood sugar drops. And when your body runs out of glucose or is overly stressed in any way, you're going to feel it. You're going to get those symptoms I just described. So, fluctuating blood sugar causes a lot of oxidative stress to the body, and it also damages the arterial system quite a lot. So, this is why, especially as cardiac health coaches, this is something we concern ourselves with a lot. If you tuned in for our webinar the other day, we talked about metabolic flexibility, cardiometabolic flexibility, and blood sugar, and normalizing and regulating your blood sugar is the very first step in this equation. So when you train your body to adapt to this fasted state, we're actually training your body to use ketones and fat for fuel. And this improves your body's metabolic flexibility and your ability to adapt better to all situations and stressors. This removes the necessity of glucose to constantly rescue you from those blood sugar dips, and you're able to ride a more steady blood sugar level throughout the whole day versus experiencing all those ups and downs kind of nonstop.
Yeah, so you'll hear us talk about that term a lot, the term of metabolic flexibility. And if you don't have it, you definitely need it. And so again, it's kind of counterintuitive because you think of people with metabolic issues as just having high blood sugar, excess weight on them, but you can have, the thinner individual with low blood sugar problems. And again, it's just this dysregulation state. So whether that's lower high blood pressure, lower high blood sugar, whatever the case may be, your body is just not regulating things properly. And we always want the body to be in this place of homeostasis or balance. And so your goal, if that's you, is to bring the body back into balance. So fasting, even though again it seems weird and counterintuitive, actually heals the dysregulation where the body, like Christina said, is likely in this kind of stressed sympathetic state. It could be current or it could be years and years of stress on the body where, things just aren't firing properly. Fasting is literally the break your body needs to reset things and clear out damaged debris cells that don't work anymore, parts essentially. Fasting also just increases your body's own ability, like we talked about in our webinar, to then handle stress, become stronger, more resilient, and your cells can work again. And then also fasting just drives down inflammation. So it's like fasting basically heals everything, and it's literally the truth. It's been studied time and time again, and the science really corroborates that. So I wanted to talk briefly about this study that was recently done, and it was literally looking at people who had low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, and it was looking at the effects of these people who fasted. So even though they had symptoms, like maybe they got a headache or fatigue, and they suffered from low blood sugar, these scientists said that they should still fast. They said they should still fast because it fixed the underlying problem. And there were no negative consequences to having that discomfort discomfort. And so again, this is also something that we talk about in coaching. Like, you kind of have to go through some discomfort to actually fix the problem. So fasting is the solution in the case of blood sugar dysregulation. And we're really adamant about that. And again, we kind of have these like testimonies too. The years of doing this challenge prior, people have healed their hormone issues like insulin. They've healed their blood sugar. So we're here, along the ride with you to do it properly, but you can totally do it. You can fast if you have low blood sugar, and you should.
And if you're on that roller coaster ride of blood sugar, then you probably are going to end up with hormone imbalances because insulin is one of those really important kind of precursor hormones to a lot of our other hormone balance in the body. So once that goes wonky, we get a lot of wonkiness in other areas too. So really, if you're experiencing any of those symptoms that I listed earlier, shakiness, dizziness, headaches, irritability, anxiety, just overall, the term that most people use is feeling hangry, hungry/angry, and you feel like your blood sugar is dropping. It might not actually be like Ashley just said. There's actually studies showing that even with those symptoms, our blood sugar is not as low as we think it is. And this is the body kind of in that survival mechanism mode trying to say, feed us, we need more glucose. But if you just kind of override that signal and get to a fasted state, your body's going to thrive in that fasted state and do a lot more healing. So that's what we're really trying to accomplish. And we really coach around getting comfortable with a little uncomfortableness too. And so this is another reason why it's really great to do this with coaches. Another cool thing about regulating blood sugar and how we do this, even if you're on that blood sugar roller coaster and you get dips and highs, your gut bacteria can actually control the blood sugar response. There are certain bacterial imbalances that can lead to conditions that really affect your blood sugar regulation. And there's actually one study done in mice that showed bacteria actually produce bile acids that help us to metabolize sugars along with insulin. So when those bile acid bacteria are reduced, especially after like a round of antibiotics, studies in mice show that the blood sugar regulation was impaired as well because we've killed off those beneficial bacteria, helping us with that glucose metabolism. And not only that, but certain probiotic strains, like those found in our Heart Helpers product that we also include in this challenge, have been found to help normalize high or low blood sugar glucose levels. So that's really cool. And lastly, fasting actually helps to heal gut. So that's how it's going to help normalize these beneficial bacteria ratios in the gut. If your gut might be the reason that your blood sugar is trending too low too frequently, then we're kind of hitting the reset button on your gut microbiome through these prolonged fasts. It's kind of like hitting a hard reset on your computer.
Yeah, so essentially what we just wanted to share with you guys today, again, if you didn't catch our webinar, if you didn't catch the lives last week with Ali and Lara, is that if you've never fasted or you have some of these metabolic issues or you have cardiac issues, you should fast with coaches, and particularly us. So anybody, again, with these kind of metabolic issues or this dysregulation state, high or low blood sugar, high or low blood pressure, inflammation, any of these things, anybody with those things can benefit from going through a guided fasting program, which again is that 100-year heart challenge that we're launching soon. This challenge is a supervised fasting program with both the coaches and the doctors. So Dr. Wolfson and Dr. Latanza will also be in there. And again, we're going to be there to guide you, to answer questions, answer any concerns you might have, and give you advice, maybe whether you should break your fast or continue. So we can give you kind of that supervision that you need to do these 2-3 day water fasts. Again, we also prep you properly to actually move your body into ketosis. So it's fully prepared and actually ready to fast, do a prolonged fast. And so that actually you feel really good and you don't get a lot of symptoms. So we give you all those resources and tools, and we're with you essentially every step of the way. And again, we're also going to give you numbers to track to ensure that you're doing what we call a safe fast. So we always like to say test, don't guess. There's even been research done on people who believe they can't fast because maybe they don't feel great when they're skipping meals. And it's really those people who need to fast. They looked at the results of their blood sugar in the study and found that, like Christina said, their blood sugar actually was stable. The symptoms they had of skipping meals were other things like low minerals and things like that that we'll talk about during the program. So essentially, our minds can convince us sometimes of crazy things when we're not eating. And we have to retrain our brains and our bodies to be able to be that metabolically flexible kind of person so that we can have the 100-year heart and we can be healthy in this world. And so a lot of the coaching in the program, again, doesn't just dive into diet, it dives into lifestyle and kind of the psychological aspects of fasting and what that means for the body.
So we'll put the link for that in the comments. We really want to take this opportunity to answer any questions that you guys might have about this program. I know you might have been hearing a lot about it here and there on our page. So we are here to answer any questions you have. There is a lot of added value in this program. It's $497 to join us, but a lot of the value you're getting is this reusable meal and recipe guide. You also get lifetime access to our Facebook group and all of these videos that we're going to be doing, educational videos along with the program. You can join us for future challenges that we host. And then also you get daily coaching support and accountability in this program, which is really unique. Most of our coaching programs, we only get like a once a week call, or it's just a little bit more, dispersed the meetings that we have. Through these 21 days on this 100-year heart challenge, we're meeting every single day, Monday through Friday. So not the weekends, but Monday through Friday, we are meeting, we are coaching. Dr. Latanza is going to join us in some of our Q&As throughout the program. Dr. Wolfson's going to be joining with us. So you get a lot of added support just from Ashley and myself, the master health coaches here at Natural Heart Doctor. We also have coaches Allie and Laura who are there as added support in the group as well, answering questions throughout the day. You can always post questions in the group throughout the challenge if there's anything that you're struggling with or have a concern about, or maybe you just want to share a success that you're having. That's one of the great aspects of the group environment is there's a lot of shared motivation and momentum too, and a lot of like-minded people getting together. So we also include in the program in that $497 price, there's 3 different supplements you get. You get our Magna 5, which is a magnesium blend, which is really supportive during fasting, like Ashley was just kind of alluding to. A lot of times when you're getting those symptoms of low blood sugar, it's actually low minerals. So if we correct that, we make your fasting a lot easier. We also have a product called Optilipid included in this, which actually has key ingredients in there for helping to regulate blood sugar. As we're kind of retraining the body to restore that regulation of blood sugar, we have this helpful product that helps us to get there a little bit faster as well. And then also we have our Daily Defense protein shake, which is more of a functional food shake. It has a great array of multivitamin nutrients in there, gut supportive ingredients, liver supportive ingredients, things that are really going to help the body to do all the healing work that we're kind of asking it to do through fasting. So a really great combination of support through the supplements, but so much healing happening just alone with the fasting and the ketogenic kind of paleo diet that we're using. Coach Ashley here has created a lot of the recipes in this guide. They're more ancestral recipes, more paleo form of keto recipes. We don't use a lot of dairy like a lot of keto programs do. We don't use a lot of inflammatory things. We're focused on the quality of ingredients first and foremost. And we also include a higher fiber ratio in our keto. So we're still feeding all the beneficial gut bacteria. So really, we thought of everything in this program. All you have to do is follow the step-by-step guide.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I think you mentioned earlier, and we did on the webinar, is just like the cool thing is just the lifetime access. So I was talking to somebody on the phone yesterday and it's like, yeah, it's $497, but it's $497 for life. So it's like in today's world too, it's essential to find your tribe of like-minded people who are really on the same page with you, because it kind of is black or white when it comes to health. So to have these people as your new friends, and they do become your lifetime friends, and for inspiration, like they even will do their own challenges on their own. I think that's such a big thing, is just having that amazing community too. So I just always like to highlight that.
Yes. We have a lot of people who have joined us time and time again too, which is really great. And they use this as kind of their yearly reset or detox or whatever they're needing at that point. And it's just great added motivation when you have other people doing this with you. It's like when you and your spouse go on a diet challenge together, you're a lot more adherent to it because you have that outside support that you're kind of outsourcing from your partner. So imagine that times like 200 people that we have in this group. You're getting a lot of support. And then us coaches, the whole team here of experienced, professionals who do this for a living. We take people through these longer fasts for a living, and we are very good at it. We get people through it. So even if you're scared to do it, I would say, especially if you're scared to do it, this program is for you because we are going to give you so much support and all of the answers to your questions. We're going to make sure that you don't run into those common pitfalls and kind of rookie mistakes of fasting. So you're going to find this to be a lifelong therapeutic tool in your healing journey and lifelong health and building that 100-year heart. So yes, lifetime access is huge. Like I said, throw questions in the comments if anyone here watching has additional questions. Ashley and I are going to go through some of like the common questions that we've gotten over the past few weeks just from people interested in the program and what sort of questions you guys all have. So maybe this will cover some bases for you. People have asked, how long are the sessions? So we do Facebook Live sessions 3 days a week. Those are more like just Q&A, casual coaching calls. Dr. Latanza will join us for those Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are an hour long. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do educational presentations, myself and Ashley. And those are usually about an hour as well. Sometimes they go a little over because we're nerds and we just get carried away. But usually everything's about an hour. If you miss the live recordings or the live videos on the Facebook page, that's totally fine because they stay up on the page so you can just go back and watch it later.
Yes. And you brought a good point earlier. I was just going to say, like, there definitely is a right and a wrong way to fast. And so that's another aspect. Like, if you've never fasted or you have these like severe metabolic issues, you want to do it correctly so that you're successful and that you're doing it safely. So again, like definitely consider joining us because we're going to teach you how to do it and make you efficient, not just sugar or carb burners like most people, but also efficient fat burners, which is really like the big thing that predicts health in the long run and long-term longevity. So just definitely consider doing it with us for that reason. But back to some of the FAQs. So yeah, if you're missing, any lives, like we have a lot of people who are going to be working, some truck drivers, like that's okay. You can watch the lives later in the day and you can definitely just jump on. We'll be so interactive in the Facebook group. So that's where it's all housed. And so we'll always get to your questions. Again, all 4 of us coaches and the doctors are in there. And if you don't have Facebook, that was another thing that came up in our webinar. I wanted to say, like, that's okay too. Just let us know because we'll email you the recordings and we'll go that route as well. We understand if you're not on Facebook. And if you don't have a cardiac condition, can you still join this program? Yes, it's called the 100-Year Heart Challenge, but it's really like the Live to 100 challenge. Like we just want your full body to be healthy, all your cells to work, and you to kind of, be the most resilient in this world. So I think we're all in this place where we want to optimize health, and that's what this program is about. Because we take supplements, we get our sunshine, we sleep well, but we also have to do these things of not just eating really well, but taking time and purposely and not eating. So fasting, resetting our body, resetting our cells, doing some of that cellular house cleaning is so essential.
I forgot to mention too, when I was saying how long these, lives that we do are, the time of day we're doing them is going to be 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is 12 Eastern time. So if you guys are, again, if you're unable to join us for the live, it's not a problem. You can just go back and watch it later. And then you can still add comments to the live thread or post on the page if you have questions when you're watching it. Even though you didn't join us live, if we weren't able to answer those questions while we were on the live, we can still come back around and answer your questions in the comment section, which is really helpful and great. Another, question people have a lot is, will we be offering this course again in the near future? Right now, we don't have any plans to. So this is kind of what we're planning so far for this year, 2022. This is the one time it looks like that we're probably going to be hosting this program. So I know a lot of people have heard about this program and heard of the success other people have had with it and have been kind of like having it on their to-do list to join us at some point. I would do that now because we don't know the next time we're going to host this. There's no time like the present. Just commit, just do it with us. It's right before summer right now. So this is a great time to get yourself in the best shape. I think it's, again, no time like the present. Just go ahead and join us now.
And also this is a message to all of you who've done the program and you're going to join us again. Like, it's also good you're joining us because this round, we're doing like so many giveaways and we've partnered with so many companies. So I think it's like really fun because we're going to be featuring these companies in our recipes. And then we're going to be doing these kind of bigger giveaways. And also, having like guest presenters come in and do some extra bonus things. So we've really expanded this program, and that's why Christine and I are so excited, is because like we've advanced it to the next level, and we're going to be giving away just a bunch of things, even some lab testing. So it's just going to be so fun. Like again, and we're all about health, but we also make it really fun, and you just should definitely join us all. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. When there's a little added incentive and things too, I think it, adds a little something sweet to it. I know taking on any sort of health challenge can be a little bit scary and a little bit intimidating, but truly when you have the group support and when you have professional support, it makes a really big difference in your success and your adherence.
Mhm.
So we really always just drive home that point that, when you're doing it with us, you have a much higher degree of success. And you make it to the finish line. We get you to the finish line. That's what we're good at. That's our job. So, so
Mhm.
if you join us, we will promise to take you there. I don't see
Yes.
any other questions. I know a lot of people probably got confused with the time of our live because we had tech issues. So hopefully people can come back around and watch this later today, later this weekend. Throw
Mhm.
your questions in the comment section. We'll keep an eye here and answer any questions we can if there was something that we didn't already answer for you guys.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think you probably said this and we've said it before, but we're starting May 2nd. So, technically we were encouraging people like by the end of this week to try to place their order so they can get those 3 supplements. Again, if you order next week, not a problem too. We'll still help you through that. But just if you are considering joining, jump in, join ASAP. And if you ever need to hop on a free coaching call for the 20-minute calls, I know they sent those out via email. We're just happy to answer any questions you have. So consider joining us, definitely.
yes. And really,
Hmm.
we just want more people to know that there's very rarely a circumstance that excludes you from these prolonged fasts. Because
Yeah,
again, I
that's the
know there's
bottom
a lot of
line.
fear out there put in our
Hmm.
people's minds about doing longer fasts. But when you're doing it the right way and with experienced support, it is an amazing healing therapeutic tool for your body. It's something that I think our bodies are designed to do and designed to benefit from. And if more people learned these tools, we would not be in the health crises that we face today. So that's what we really want to get out there. We want to get more of you fasting and enjoying all these benefits because also fasting is like totally free. So once
Yeah.
you learn how to do it the right way, once you pay to join this program and get the tools and get the expertise that we're going to
Hmm.
share with you, that's something you can do for the rest of your life. And it's free. It's not like one of those expensive supplements or, buying like, some of those diet plans. You have to buy all their special foods. You don't even have to buy food. You're just fasting.
Yeah.
You're just eating. And it is really, really therapeutic and healing for the body. So we share so much of the education behind that. And once you understand it, you're a lot more, again, adherent to it. So that's what I really want to emphasize here. Well, I'm
Definitely.
super
Yeah.
excited. We cannot wait till May 2nd. That's coming up here quick. So again, join the program, join us. We're going to have so much fun. We have a lot of giveaways like Ashley's had planned. So this is going to be a very different experience than it's even been in the past. I think there's going to be a
Hmm.
lot more to it that you guys are going to love. So we can't wait to see you there. Follow the link in the comments. Comment any other questions you guys have, and we'll be keeping an eye on this thread throughout the day. We hope to see you guys there.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.